Today we're going to talk about cheat meals and how not to let them ruin your progress. So I know this from personal experience because in the past, one cheat meal will turn into one cheat day, that will turn into one cheat weekend, and before I know it, I've gone completely off track. So now after losing 34 kilograms, I've learned how to include cheat days without regaining weight. So before I get into how to manage cheat meals, I want to be very clear about something. So in my opinion, cheat meals are for those people who have already reached their goal and now looking to maintain. So if you're still trying to lose weight, I'm sorry, but this video is not for you yet. You still have work to do. And that's from my experience. Because when you're still in the fat loss phase, you haven't fully built the discipline and control needed to manage a cheat meal properly. It will be like stepping into a boxing ring after a few weeks of training. You're not ready yet. So a real life example of this is that years ago, somebody reached out to me for me to help them with their diet. So everything was going well. They were losing weight, staying consistent and making great progress. Then one day they told me that they're planning to have a KFC cheat meal. I tried my hardest to talk them out of it, but unfortunately they were determined. So unfortunately that was the last time they contacted me about their diet. I guess we can all guess what happened. That one cheat meal turned into several cheat meals, which completely took them off track and undid their progress, and now they completely fell off the wagon. What I'm saying here is cheat meals require discipline, and discipline is built after consistency, not before. So why did cheat meals go wrong? The problem is not with the cheat meals themselves, it's how people approach them. Most people think, I've been strict all week, I deserve this. And this turns into them eating everything in sight, setting no limits and having no structure. And that's where they go wrong, because an uncontrolled cheat day can wipe out a whole week's worth of progress. So from my experience, this is exactly what used to happen to me in the past. I would follow my diet strictly, and then I'll go and have one cheat day. But instead of that being controlled, I'll completely spiral. Especially for me, once I break my routine, it's hard for me to get back on track, which is part of the reasons why I regained weight in the past. So what do I do now? I don't remove cheat days completely, but I have control over them. The first thing I do when I decide to have a cheat meal is I set clear boundaries. I always set a timeline for how long a cheat meal goes on for. Is it for one meal or is it for one entire day? Both can work, but deciding ahead of time and sticking to it is key. Because one full day of eating can easily turn into thousands of extra calories. A single meal is much easier to control and can even fit into your calorie maintenance. The next thing I do is I avoid food that makes me spiral, which is a big one for me. Some foods make it easy for you to lose control. Like for me, I have a sweet tooth. Sugar can cause me to overeat. So a real life example of me avoiding trigger foods while having a cheat meal is that it was my wife's birthday recently and they were serving burgers, chips, alcohol and cake. I allowed myself to have a cheat meal, but I set clear boundaries. I avoided the cake and alcohol because I knew the cake would